All right, what's up? Welcome in. You're watching the San Francisco 49ers Report live here on Chat Sports. Hope everybody out there is having a phenomenal Tuesday. So much to get to on today's show. We're talking NFC playoff picture, latest Niners injury news. We'll kind of talk about this Raiders game coming up on Sunday. Battle of the Bay. Even though the Raiders are in Las Vegas, this is a great rivalry in the National Football League. And Kyle Shanahan, when pressed about who will be his quarterback in 2023, non-committal. Didn't say who would be the starter. We'll talk about that and a whole lot more, as today's show is also about you, the faithful family. And speaking of being faithful, San Francisco always faithful to the Bay. They never left. The Las Vegas Raiders did leave the Bay Area a couple of times. For Los Angeles, they went back to Oakland, and then they left Oakland to go to Las Vegas. So I know a lot of you hate the Raiders out there, so type FTTB in the comment section. Faithful to the Bay, because the Raiders are not and never were. And that's a little bit of a preview for what we have in store throughout the week here on the Niners Report, because it is Las Vegas Raiders Hate Week. Looking at the comment section here, I see Michael Correa, The End Zone, Connor Bowles, Dutchy504, N Famous, Harold Murillo, AC, Ban, Parrish, Tony Montana, Kovev Coffee, all here. Type those FTTBs in the chat and get that thing popping. Now, our live show today is presented by Fetch, the best rewards app out there, where you can earn points on any receipt from any store or restaurant. And when you scan your receipts using the app, you get bonus points back. Then you turn those bonus points into free gift cards to some of the most noteworthy retail stores out there. Make sure you download the app at chatsports.com/fetch. And upon scanning your first receipt, you'll receive 5,000 bonus points back. That is the equivalent to a free $5 gift card. You don't have to worry about where the receipt is from or what's on it. We're showing you here how simple the app is to use. All you do is open it up. You hit that orange camera button, snap a photo of your receipt. You hit submit. You'll see that confetti pop showing you that you've earned more reward points. And it's a very simple process as well. You can click the e-receipt function to get rewarded for your Amazon purchases or other online shopping by syncing your email account. Also, what's cool about the app is that if you send in a super chat and you link your email, you can also get points back for all of the super chats that you send in. So it's chatsports.com/fetch. Promo code chat for that deal to apply. 5,000 bonus points equivalent to a free $5 gift card. Get rewarded for all of your shopping, even though the holiday season is behind us. Looking at the comment section again, Kovev making a good point. Happy birthday, Brock Purdy. Happy birthday to Glock Purdy. That's why we cooked up that Rudolph remix during our watch party on Saturday, Christmas Eve. I appreciate all of you who did join into our watch party. It was a lot of fun. John Wallace getting things kicked off with the $5 super chat. Faithful to the Bay, red and gold till I'm dead and cold. Looking forward to another win, and Minnesota lost. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Let's hope that the Vikings do lose, and we'll talk about the NFC playoff picture coming up down the road on today's show. Minnesota loses, Niners win out. They'll have the tiebreaker because they'll have the better NFC record, which could mean they could get that 2 seed. But honestly, now that we're thinking about this, is it better for San Francisco to get the 3 so that they can avoid playing the Green Bay Packers in round 1? Something to think about here. Up first, though, before the playoffs, 2 more games. And there's a regular season game on Sunday that has the feeling of an old school rivalry game between the 49ers and the Las Vegas Raiders. So who you got on Sunday? Of course, we'll be doing a watch party for it. SF for the Niners, LV for the Las Vegas Raiders. Who do you like to be victorious? San Francisco has won 8 games in a row. The Las Vegas Raiders are dog. They've lost so many one-score games. They've lost so many leads this year. They're just not a good football team. And Derek Carr, I think he's certified just fraudulent. Ban saying Purdy. Yes, it is his birthday today. David Corona going with the Niners. Bella, San Francisco. Words of wisdom. Niner Empire, baby. Ah! Words of wisdom. I see it. Dutchy. I had 2 friends and both cheered the Niners and the Raiders and me in the middle. Nice. Good story right there. AC, San Francisco. Paul N. Niners. John Wallace, San Francisco all day. Mr. Mike is in the house. Tackle QB, Andrew Taylor, Homero, Dutchy504, and Tony Montana also in the chat. So continue to let us know who you got with this game coming up on Sunday. We're just letting people get that notification, then pile in, and then we'll really get things popping off. Which team now is the biggest threat to the Niners in the NFC? I want to put your football knowledge of the NFC here to the test. Does a team like the Eagles still scare you? Dallas Cowboys, Minnesota Vikings, Green Bay Packers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers just because of Tom Brady, but frankly, they're not a good football team. The one team that you think is the biggest threat to the Niners winning the NFC, who is it right now? Let me know. Who's Oscar Castro? First time on live. What's up, Oscar? Appreciate you tuning in. 16 Bar King is back. What up? Mr. Mike? None. I like the confidence there. Dave Merrick, go Niners. You're going to the Super Bowl. Quest for 6. No teams. Evan Adderley, bring on the birds. Rick Torres, Eagles. My guy Rick. Cowboys from Ernesto. Oscar, Packers. They're playing solid football, and a team like that sneaks in as hot, always scary because they have nothing to lose. They're playing with poker chips.
Chase, are you worried about Tom Brady in the postseason? Because, as we all know, the Bucs suck.
The Bucs suck.
They're terrible.
Yeah, they're a terrible football team.
But Tom Brady in the postseason is you can never count him out.
I know.
Is that a team that worries you?
Just because Tom Brady has won 7 Super Bowls, it does inject a little bit of fear. But did that team inject any fear a couple of weeks ago at Levi's Stadium? San Francisco thoroughly dominated that football game.
Hell no.
Exactly. Ourselves, all about you auto. That's pretty good stuff right there. I like that. Red and gold for life from Harold. Look, I think the only team in the NFC that can maybe beat the Niners outside of themselves, maybe the Eagles, but I like the matchup. They're also banged up at quarterback and right tackle. I don't believe in the Dallas Cowboys, don't believe in the Minnesota Vikings, and after that, I don't really believe in any other teams in the NFC. The 49ers, in my opinion, in the NFL, not just the NFC, the most complete and elite team in the National Football League. You win 8 games in a row, that is almost unheard of, and they're just, the way that they're doing it is really, really impressive right now. I guess the Kegels from EMA beats. Some people call them the Sheagles, too. Vanderhex with Hurts playing, Eagles without Hurts. Cowboys, just because of their defense. 49ers report from our boy Words of Wisdom. He's chiming in. As long as we got Trizzy's chops, we are golden, baby. The chops are always good for Trizzy Trace. Words of Wisdom, we missed you on Christmas Eve. I don't know if I saw you in the comment section during our watch party. It's good to see you back. All right, we do want to hear from you during our show as well.
Shout out Tony Montana, because this is funny. What do Raiders and the good stuff have in common? They both get smoked out of a bowl.
Nice.
Shout out Tony Montana.
That's the comment of the day so far. Tony Montana.
Tony Montana.
Quest for 6. Dallas don't want that smoke. Rematch of last year's wild card round. 49ers. I know that game got close late, but they thoroughly dominated that football game. So hashtag 49ers or Super Chat to get featured on the show. If we get $100 in total Super Chats prior to our last segment, we're going to do 4 segments today. This is part of our audience buildup, so it doesn't count. If we get to $100 in total Super Chats, I will rock the Miner hat during our entire mailbag for our 4th segment. So we have $5 total right now. $100 total. I'm rocking the Miner helmet for our entire mailbag, and we'll have fun with that video that will then go out on Saturday for those who don't tune in to our live show. 282 people watching live. We're going to get to 300, 400, 500 plus, hopefully even more than that. A lot of people are going to continue to pile into our live show. But if you're ready to start talking Niners football, I want you to hit that thumbs up icon, like the video. I don't see any reason why we can't get to 100 likes before we start the show with this many people watching live. I mean, let's be real here. 280 people. That's going to get up to 300. Viewer participation rate. Get it up. Hit that thumbs up icon. Like the video. Words of Wisdom with 10. That gets us to $15 in total Super Chats. 48 likes. Smash that thumbs up icon. Like the video if you're ready to start talking some Niners. Words of Wisdom. Missed you too, gentlemen. Hope your Christmas was off the hizzy trizzy. Was with the fam. Bam. Love it. Love it. And we love your family as well, Mark. It's always good to hear from you. Good to see you in the chat. Thank you so much for your donation. Our watch party was awesome. I was a little bit under the weather, but we battled through. I played injured, and it was yet another successful week on the 49ers report. So continue to hit that thumbs up icon, like the video. We are 18 likes away from 100. more likes we get, more people will come in, the bigger the party that it will be. And we're going to start off by talking and taking a glance at the latest Niners news and rumors on the injury front, but also Kyle Shanahan non-committal for his 2023 QB. That's all coming your way right now, live on the San Francisco 49ers Report. Continue to hang out with us. All right, here we go. It is the San Francisco 49ers Report. It's right here on Chat Sports, and I'm Chase Sr. No matter where you are or how you're tuned in, as always, greatly appreciate all of your support of the best and go-to Niners channel here on YouTube. Here's what we have coming your way on the docket for today's program. A lot of significant 49ers injury news to get to. We'll get to the latest on Javon Kinlaw, and Kyle Shanahan yesterday was pressed about who will be his quarterback in 2023. He was non-committal. Telling for a couple of reasons. I'll explain why coming up here in just a few moments. Let's begin on the injury front because San Francisco is the hottest team in football. They've won 8 games in a row, and they're getting healthier heading into the final 2 weeks of the regular season. So with Elijah Mitchell, been unfortunate for him in his sophomore campaign. Only played in 4 games this year because of 2 separate knee injuries, meniscus in the right, meniscus in the left. But he's getting close to a return. And Kyle Shanahan said on Monday that he has had no setbacks. His practice window could open up late this week, potentially next week, so that maybe he could join the 49ers active roster for the final game of the regular season against the Arizona Cardinals, but maybe err on this right side of the parameter there, and you decide to activate him for week 1 of the playoffs in the wild card round at Levi's Stadium. And for Elijah Mitchell, when he is healthy, which has been the biggest problem for him since coming out of Louisiana, he's one of the best backup running backs in the NFL. And when he does play and when he is active on this roster, the 49ers collectively have one of the better running back rooms in the National Football League. And take a look at his career stats. 15 games so far. And again, was injured during his rookie campaign. Only a couple of games this year, but this is the type of player that he is and can be if he can just escape the injury misfortune, because this is basically a season-long sample size here. 247 carries, almost 1,200 yards, nearly 5 yards per carry and 5 touchdowns. What I love about Elijah Mitchell, he always finds a way to pick up positive yards. And with him on the roster, this is what this 49ers running back depth chart can look like. Christian McCaffrey, Elijah Mitchell, Jordan Mason, Ty Davis-Price in that 4th spot, and then Tevin Coleman here and there if you want to elevate him from the practice squad. So that right there, one of the best running back rooms in the NFL, and Elijah Mitchell, one of the best backup running backs in the NFL. So you get him back for the playoffs, yet another weapon for Kyle Shanahan to use in this offense. Now it is Raiders week with this game coming up on Sunday, and the 49ers Report, the Raiders Report, having a big competition all throughout the week, especially when it comes to subscribers. So this week alone, the 49ers Report has picked up 142 new subscribers. The Raiders Report, 35 more. So we want to catch up to them there. And of course, at some point, someday down the road, the Raiders Report closing in on 130,000 subscribers. The Niners Report, 72,000. We know who owns the Bay. We know what the better organization is. It's San Francisco. Let's make the 49ers Report the better channel as well. From Elijah Mitchell to Deebo Samuel, the injury at the time against the Bucs looked ugly. It looked nightmarish. It looked as though at the time he was going to be lost for the season. It's not going to be the case. And like Elijah Mitchell, probably going to be back for the playoffs, if not the end of the regular season. Deebo progressing well in his rehab, could also, like Eli, return to practice later this week. And for Deebo Samuel this year, not quite the MVP type of player that he was in 2021, where he put this offense on his back, bailed them out numerous times, and was one of the best overall football players that we've seen over the last several years. This year, though, even with some injuries and missing time, it's still been a really good season after he got the bag. 54 catches still, despite missing that time. 612 yards, 41 carries, 228 yards rushing. That's good for about 6 yards per pop, and he has 5 total touchdowns on the year. So has he been as good as he was last year? No, partially because he got off to that slow start, was banged up a little bit. I think the Niners have done a better job of dispersing the football. But the hottest team in the NFL, getting Elijah Mitchell, Deebo Samuel back, it's great news for this football team. as really they're playing unbelievable football right now on the offensive and defensive side of the football. And with the playoffs coming up in the near horizon, the 49ers are only getting healthier, more dangerous, more potent, and more stronger as the season progresses. And I thought that it was absolutely awesome that after that game on Christmas Eve, Kyle Shanahan had no new injuries to report on. Now, speaking of the Niners right now, they're in an interesting spot here in the NFC. Third seed going into Week 17, behind the Philadelphia Eagles and the Minnesota Vikings, the Bucks, Cowboys, Giants, and Commanders behind them, with the Green Bay Packers making a sneaky little push for a playoff spot. Which team, though, in the NFC is the biggest threat to the San Francisco 49ers? Give me a team name down below in the comment section. Now, Kyle Shanahan, non-committal for who his quarterback is going to be in 2023. We'll get to that around the corner. First, let's tell you about Fetch Rewards. You can earn points on any receipt from any store or restaurant with the Fetch app if you head to chatsports.com/fetch. And upon scanning your first receipt, when using that link and the promo code chat, you get 5,000 bonus points back. That's equivalent to a free $5 gift card. And the app, super easy to use. It's also free. You can earn rewards on literally anything that you buy. Scan any physical receipt or e-receipt, and you will earn points for your purchases, and the process only takes seconds. You don't have to worry about where the receipt is from or what's on it. We're showing you here how simple the app is to use. You open up the Fetch app, you hit that orange camera button, snap a photo of your receipt, the confetti pops. You can also click the e-receipt function to get rewarded for all of your Amazon purchases or other online shopping by syncing your email account. If you do sync your email account, by the way, you can get points back for the super chats that you send us. Fetch is available on iPhone and Android, so use our link, chatsports.com/fetch. Promo code chat to sign up for 5,000 points when you scan your first receipt. That is the equivalent of a free $5 gift card. So to summarize it all, get rewarded for all of your shopping, even though the holiday season is in the rear view. Earn free rewards on everything that you buy with the best rewards app. It's called Fetch. Now let's get to Javon Kinlaw. Then we'll talk about Kyle Shanahan and the quarterback situation for this franchise going into 2023. Kinlaw played 13 snaps against the Commanders on Saturday. First action since Week 3 because of these knee injuries that continue to really just hurt and damage his career. It's unfortunate because the guy is just a physical load. Had a big goal line stop on 4th and 1 against Washington where he absorbed the double team and Fred Warner was able to make that tackle to stop Washington from converting that first down and potentially scoring a touchdown. And in Kyle Shanahan's evaluation of the former first-round pick, he said this: "It seemed like Javon Kinlaw did well. We were trying to play him 10 to 15 plays. I think on that last drive, I asked where he was at because he went in there, but he was only at 13 at the time. So I think he got his 2 more and came out and came up to me on the sidelines asking if he could play more. The snap counts for us, I tallied 13. He said he feels good, and I said it's not about how you feel today. It's about we want to see you play more next week and the following week." So it seemed like a success for his first day back, and no new injuries for Javon Kinlaw either. And for Kinlaw, saw it at South Carolina on the film. You've seen it when he's actually been able to be on the field for the Niners. He's a physical force. Unfortunately, physically, he hasn't held up throughout his career since being that first-round pick alongside Brandon Ayuk. And it's unfortunate because we know what this team philosophy is for San Francisco. They like to build along the trenches, and you saw against Washington, they overwhelmed him in the trenches. More than 30 pressures as compared to Washington's 4. Offensive line, defensive line, those are really the backbones of your team outside of quarterback. And for Kinlaw, he has all the talent in the world. Unfortunately for him, his health just hasn't been able to maintain throughout his career so far. A reminder, it is Raiders week, as we said, and we will be doing a watch party for this game on Sunday. Super chat competition, sub competition. It's going to get real on Sunday between the Niners Report and the Raiders Report. Let's get the dub on the field and here within the walls of Chat Sports. Subscribe, turn on your noties, make sure you join us. So what is the quarterback plan? With the way that Brock Purdy has been playing in 2023, Kyle Shanahan played it really safe and coy when asked what the Niners will do at quarterback next year. Let's get to what he said, and then I have some thoughts on that. So Kyle Shanahan on the future quarterback plan. No, I don't even know what year it is after this season is over. I'm trying to think about how to get Brock Purdy ready for Wednesday. That's a great question, but honestly, I don't look ahead like that. We have a number of big games in front of us. And for Kyle Shanahan, right, he should be focusing on the now, and he should be focusing on the season. San Francisco has won 8 straight ball games. They're the hottest team in the NFL by far, and they have as legit of an opportunity to win their 6th Super Bowl as they've had over the last several years, even going back to 2019 and the hardball days, because those teams maybe not as deep and as good as this one. But at the same time, I can tell you this, right? The play of Brock Purdy has surprised everybody. Niners fans worldwide, as this is one of the largest fan bases in the world for professional sports. It surprised everybody in Santa Clara within this organization and this coaching staff as well. And the play of Brock certainly has the Niners thinking about the future and whether or not he can be a long-term starter and what the plan is going to be for Trey Lance. Because what Purdy's done in his first 3 starts, 3+ games, is magnificent. It's shocking. It's wild. It's one of the craziest stories that we've seen in recent time. 3-0, completing 67% of his passes, 8 touchdowns to 3 picks. One of those interceptions coming in garbage time against the Kansas City Chiefs, but nobody envisioned Mr. Irrelevant, the final pick of the draft, coming in, playing like he has, and being able to maintain this level of play for this entire offense and having the Niners in a position to win a Super Bowl with a rookie quarterback. But the play of Brock Purdy has inspired his teammates, and it's instilled confidence in this coaching staff as well as this fan base because he's been legitimately that good. Footwork, accuracy, timing, anticipation, everything. And what's interesting about what Shanahan said, there was no clear commitment to Trey Lance. He could have come out and said, yeah, Trey's going to be our starting quarterback in 2023. That's what we're doing. But the play of Purdy has made everybody rethink what the future of the quarterback position looks like for this franchise. And if you're at home right now saying, or on the road watching us, wherever you are, oh, it was a bust to move up and waste all that draft capital to select Trey Lance. Look, if he doesn't work out, he doesn't work out. That's fine. You got to take risks in the business world, and that's what the Niners did. But if they hit on Brock Purdy and their evaluation was that good with the final pick, then it's all worth it at the end of the day. All I care about, having a quarterback for this franchise, and I think that both of these guys will be able to play. So pick a quarterback in 2023. Who is it? Trey Lance, TL. Brock Purdy, BP. Let us know. As always, appreciate all of y'all for tuning into the 49ers Report. Wow! How about this? A $100 donation from Timmy Free. See, anytime you see that red up there with these big super chats when you're in a segment, it's really hard to maintain concentration. Hey, but we try to be built different here on the show.
Pockets the Cheesecake was saying, this is pre-recorded.
It's not.
No, it ain't.
This is live, man. I just couldn't react to it yet. I just wanted to give you bang, but Timmy Free, thank you so much. And this is what Timmy Free said with this $100 donation. Thank you for providing the best Niners coverage throughout the holidays. You're the best. Happy holidays. Yo, for real, from the bottom of my heart, Trizzy, the crew, Abby, everybody here at Chat Sports, we do greatly appreciate all of your support of the Niners Report. A donation like this goes a long way, and I can't thank you enough for that fine gesture during the holiday season. Honestly, much love. We appreciate y'all. John Wallace with the $5 super chat. If Brock Purdy, I like it, takes us to the Super Bowl and wins, there's no quarterback controversy. God damn it. Yeah, of course Jeremy brought me in a beer to shotgun, but I've been sick for like 4 days, but oh man, I might have to do it anyway. John, thank you for that. Let me just read this real quick to make your donation worth it. If Brock Purdy takes us to the Super Bowl and wins, there's no quarterback controversy. I agree, John. I agree. Patriot Fighter, make sure you hit me up. Find a way to contact me so that we can send you that Niners pillow, homie, because you were the winner of the Niners pillow during our watch party on Saturday. So make sure you get in contact with me. My email, chase@chatsports.com, Twitter and Instagram @Chase_senior. Just shoot me a DM. Let me know, yo, Chase, it's Patriot Fighter. Send me that pillow. Send me your address, and we'll get you hooked up, Patriot Fighter, because you've been a real one all year. Patriot Fighter says this. What's up, Chase? How does the matchup look like with the Raiders? 49ers are the better team. They have the better coach, better offense, better quarterback. Brock Purdy is better right now than Derek Carr, and the better defense. Better special teams. Like all around, all across the board, no matter which way you want to slice it up, San Francisco should win this football game. They're the better squad. There's no doubt about it. And they should win, which would make it 9 straight wins for San Francisco. I am interested, though, if things don't go the Niners' way, like let's say, the Eagles clinch the number 1 seed and the Vikings win, does Kyle Shanahan pull his starters or some players at some point in that football game? We will see, but it should be a dub regardless. We will be doing a mailbag later on, and because we got past $100 in Super Chats, I'm going to be rocking the Miner helmet for the entire mailbag, thanks to that large donation from our guy, Timmy Free. So on top of that, if you want to be involved on the show, hashtag 49ers Super Chat to get featured on the program. Words of wisdom, another one. Like DJ Khaled says, 5 bones, Bosa gets Alton sack record this weekend, Chase. Does he do it? But what about the NFL sack record before the end of the season? So Bosa, 17.5 sacks right now. Alton Smith has the record for the most sacks in the history of this franchise, 19.5. That was set in the 2012 season. I think that Bosa does break that, and hopefully he plays the final week if he doesn't break it, because I'm a huge fan of making history. And then 22.5 sacks is the record set by Michael Strahan. So 5 sacks in 2 games is going to be difficult. Here's how Bosa can do it, Mark. Words of wisdom. The Raiders' offensive line is one of the worst in the NFL. The Cardinals' offensive line is also really bad. So Trace McSorley might be getting the start at quarterback the final week. 5 sacks, it's a tall task, but Bosa can do it. He can do it because he is that good. $135 in donations, more than 500 people watching live. If you haven't subscribed, please do so right now because we appreciate the support. And if you want to stay in the know with all things Niners year-round, videos coming your way every single day. So subscribe if you're coming across the channel for the first time. Connor Bowles with another donation. I'll give it to you. Go San Francisco. Connor Bowles, also a big viewer of the Niners Report as well. Thank you, my guy. Love the profile picture as well. You guys are all the best, and you make coming to work every single day absolutely awesome. It's a grind, no doubt about it. We work 5, 6, sometimes 7 days a week, but it's all worth it when you get the return that we do here on the show. All right, coming up next, live on the 49ers Report, we are going to discuss a lot more. How about the future of DeMeco Ryans, and has Nick Bosa changed the entire course of this franchise? All of that coming your way right now, live on the San Francisco 49ers Report. What's up and welcome in. You're watching the 49ers Report by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Senior. Today's show is presented by Manscaped. Nick Bosa has 17.5 sacks this year. He's 2 away from breaking the franchise record, or tying the franchise record set by Alton Smith. And if you want to clean up your sack, you can do that with Manscaped, the best men's grooming products. Join the 7 million men who have put their trust in Manscaped to make them look good and feel good in the bedroom. 20% off and free shipping if you head to manscaped.com/49ers, promo code 49ers. We'll put that link in the comment section and the description of this video. So on the show today, DeMeco Ryans, according to Josina Anderson, a leading candidate for the Denver Broncos gig. And I can tell you right now, it's not going to be the only job that DeMeco is going to interview for. We'll also talk about Nick Bosa here and, of course, the NFC playoff picture, San Francisco in a very good spot. But we start with DeMeco Ryans here. According to that report from Josina Anderson, other various reports out there, DeMeco expected to be one of the leading candidates for the Broncos head coaching job after Nathaniel Hackett got fired. Last year, had an opportunity for that Vikings vacancy. He didn't take it. He actually pulled out and decided to return to the Niners as their defensive coordinator because he didn't feel as though he was ready. But it's clear now he's ready to be a head coach in this league. And whether he gets the Broncos job or not, he's going to be one of the top candidates in the 2023 cycle. This is a guy who has all of the necessary head coaching qualities, that you look for in a candidate. And Broncos candidates, according to Josina, here are the names so far that are kind of out there as the Broncos really embark on that search to look for that Nathaniel Hackett replacement, who was clearly just a joke of a head coach in the league. Dan Quinn, current Cowboys defensive coordinator. Darrell Bevell, Dolphins quarterbacks coach. Eric Bieniemy, the Chiefs offensive coordinator. He's had several interviews over time. Sean Payton, the former Saints head coach. DeMeco Ryans, obviously the Niners defensive coordinator. And then Shane Steichen is the Eagles offensive coordinator. All of these guys will get interviews for either Denver or other teams out there looking for a head coach in this upcoming cycle. And it's easy to see why DeMeco is on that list and why he's so sought after in the NFL head coaching carousel, because this defense last year, one of the best in the NFL after they got it together following that 3-5 start, and this year they are the best in the NFL. Points per game, first. Yards per game, first. Rushing yards per game, atop the league. First downs allowed per game, also first. DVOA, if you're interested in the analytics, first. Expected points average per play, first. Success rate, first. Not bad for DeMeco Ryans, no doubt about it. And if I am leading a business, right, this is why I think that DeMeco Ryans can be a good head coach. And these are a lot of the qualities that I'm trying to check off when I interview any coaches out there to run my franchise, because the head coach is basically like the CEO, right? A lot of power within that position. DeMeco obviously has a specialty. It's the defensive side of the ball. Went to Alabama. Great player in the NFL. Now he's become an expert coaching defense. So he is a defensive mastermind. When he was a player, he has the great experience of being a fantastic dude in between the lines, former All-Pro and a Pro Bowler. So the level of experience is there, and players certainly respect that. Also important qualities when you're running any business and you try to hire somebody. Leadership, communication skills. DeMeco has that. When he mans the podium, he mans it. Strong presence. He's respected by players as well as his peers. And he has ties around the league from his days as a player and as a coach, I think, to build a really good staff. Now, he's going to have to get offensive coordinator right. That is usually what you have to lock down if you're a defensive-oriented head coach, but I think he'll be able to do that, and maybe he'd poach some guys off the Niners staff. A lot of guys got poached off this Niners staff from last year. Kyle Shanahan kept it moving. And speaking of Kyle Shanahan, can we give him credit here? 3 straight cycles with a coach from his coaching staff getting hired as a head coach. A couple of years ago, Robert Saleh. Last year, Mike McDaniel. This year, it's going to be DeMeco Ryans. And all of those coaches, minority candidates as well. We know that the NFL has put an emphasis on that by implementing the Rooney Rule. So let's give Shanahan credit for pinpointing and identifying quality coaches in this league and developing them as well. Before we keep it moving here on today's show, make sure you subscribe. We talk Niners news, rumors, and analysis every single day, not just during the season. Year-round, though. So lock us in. If you want to stay in the know with all things Niners year-round, we appreciate all of the support in advance. Today's show is presented by Manscaped. Fellas, this episode presented to you by the leader of men's grooming products out there. It is Manscaped, the global leaders in below-the-waist grooming. They're leaving 2022 with some brand new products, by the way. Cologne, body wash. 2023 is the year to up your hygiene and smell amazing for your lady or significant other, and Manscaped wants to help you do that with this special offer. Use the code 49ers for 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com/49ers. You can take the leap into the new year and join the 7 million men who already trust Manscaped. 2023 is on its way, and the last thing you want is to be the guy with pubes getting in the way of you making it your best yet. The Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0, the leader of the Performance Package 4.0, or as I call it, the perfect package for my package. And it can be the perfect package for your package as well. Manscaped.com/Niners. We'll put that link in the comment section and the description of this video. To Nick Bosa now, and then a note. Let's just run through the NFC playoff picture at the end since I teased that. Nick Bosa, what a special player, man. It's a joy watching this guy week in, week out because of his devotion to his craft, how seriously he takes a game of football, his love for it, but also him just being the dominant player that he is. Has the drafting of Nick Bosa completely changed this Niners franchise? We're going to tackle that question coming up here in just a second. But for Bosa, best pass rusher in football, and he deserves credit for also being really good against the run, but also elevating others around him, not just on that defensive line, but also all across that defense. So last year, career year for him, coming off that torn ACL, when he tallied 15.5 sacks, 32 quarterback hits, 21 tackles for loss, 4 forced fumbles, and 52 tackles. This year, though, it was going to be hard to duplicate what he did a year ago. He's done that, and he's actually been even better. 17.5 sacks with 2 games left, 42 quarterback hits, both of those figures better than a year ago, 21 tackles for loss, same number as last year, 2 forced fumbles, and 48 total tackles. This guy's really special, and he's 2 sacks away, as I alluded to start the program, from tying Aldon Smith for the most sacks in the history of this franchise. That happened in 2012 for Aldon Smith when he played 16 games, had 19.5 sacks, 29 quarterback hits, 8 tackles for loss, 3 forced fumbles. And this year, Bosa didn't miss a game. So he's going to tie Alden Smith for the same amount of games played if he plays the remaining 2. So he doesn't have that argument of, oh, he played in more games, that's why he broke the record. Get out of here with that noise. 17.5 sacks, so he's 2 away. 42 quarterback hits as compared to 29 for Alden. 18 tackles for loss, same number there. 2 forced fumbles for Bosa as compared to 3 for Smith. Better at their peak, I think it's Nick Bosa. And that's wild because Alden Smith, he was stupid talented back in the day. Now, back to that original question. Has Nick Bosa completely changed the way that this 49ers team is viewed on the defensive side of the ball? And has he changed the course of this franchise? Well, let's take a look at the defensive rankings year by year since Kyle Shanahan was hired back in 2017. So this is Shanahan's first year. Points allowed, they were 25th. Yards allowed, 24th. Sacks, 26th. Let's go to 2018. Points allowed, 28th. Yards allowed, 13th. Sacks, 23rd. Now we go to the Super Bowl season in 2019 when Bosa got drafted in the first round. Points allowed, 8th. You see the difference from the previous 2 years? It's clear. Yards allowed, 2nd. Sacks, 5th. Then he tore his ACL early in 2020 against the Jets in the Meadowlands. And the 49ers defense certainly struggled without him. Now, there were injuries across the entire defensive side of the ball, but there's no question that the Niners missed Nick Bosa. Look at the drop in figures here. Points allowed, 17th. Yards allowed, 5th. Sacks, 22nd. To 2021 last year, Bosa, 15.5 sacks. It's a crime he wasn't named an All-Pro. Points allowed, 9th. Yards allowed, 3rd. Sacks, 5th. And this year, it's probably the best Niners defense that we've seen in a long time. If they end up winning a Super Bowl, I've said this a couple of times, they could go down as the best defense in the history of the NFL, considering the rule changes to cater offenses, as well as just the game being offensive-oriented. Points allowed, 1st, led by Bosa, no doubt. Yards allowed, atop the league, and sacks checking in at 6th. When you talk about Nick Bosa does a lot on the football field to elevate his teammates, to elevate this defense, and to make it the best defense that we've seen in recent memory. I think it's the best defense in the NFL going back to the Legion of Boom days with the Seattle Seahawks. Bosa is a game wrecker. Bosa is a game changer. Bosa is a closer. He can change the complexion of football games and win you games just by being a pass rusher and wreaking havoc on opposing offensive lines and just causing nightmares for opposing quarterbacks. He's a big-time playmaker, and he loves his craft. Mike McDaniel, in the lead-up to that Dolphins-Niners game, said that Nick Bosa would approach a water jug, and he'd do some pass rush moves on it. Like, he's always looking to get better. And to be great in life at anything that you do, you have to have that special level of intensity, that special level of passion, and you have to be devoted to just maximizing your abilities as a person, and in his case, an athlete. And that's exactly what Nick Bosa brings to the table, and he's going to get paid after next offseason because he's the best pure pass rusher in the National Football League. So to show Bosa some love, what a beast, man. I'm telling you, every single week you get to watch him, it's special. Type his jersey number down below in the comment section. It is 97. Now, a lot of you have been asking us about the NFC playoff picture, so let's round out with that. The Philadelphia Eagles, 13-2, after that loss to the Dallas Cowboys, they still maintain that number 1 seed in the NFC. If they lose out and the Niners win out with a Vikings loss, the Niners can still get that top seed. Vikings escaped another close one against the Giants, 61-yard field goal as time expired, so they're still in that 2 spot. Bucks, they beat the Cardinals as Tom Brady pulled off more heroics to maintain that lead in the NFC South. And then the wild card teams, Dallas Cowboys already clinched a playoff spot. New York Giants haven't, nor had the Washington Commanders. And then teams in the hunt here, getting pretty interesting. Seattle Seahawks 7-8, Lions 7-8. Both of those teams lost this past weekend. So Green Bay is still alive. So too is Carolina and New Orleans because of the NFC South just having a down year. So which team is the biggest threat to the Niners in the NFC? Drop me a team name down below in the comment section. Y'all are the best. We appreciate you. All right. Nearly 600 people watching live. Some super chats to catch up on. EC. Big Cock Brock. So that super chat is a preview into our super chat giveaway for our watch party on Sunday. All I can say, stay tuned. Trizzy knows. I know. Nobody else knows. It's going to be electric. Dust $5 super chat. If Brock takes us to the NFC Championship game but loses now, we have a quarterback controversy with Trey during training camp and OTAs, no doubt. If Brock wins the Super Bowl, if he takes him to the NFC Championship game and he plays well, that's really the key. If he plays well, then there will be a quarterback controversy. And honestly, I think the best way to go about it is just having a quarterback competition between Brock Purdy as well as Trey Lance. And I'm here for it because a lot of storylines will come out of that, which is good for business here on the Niners Report. Hitman L, $2 super chat. All due respect, Alton did that as a rookie. Yeah, he did. He also had Justin Smith on the other side of that line of scrimmage. Nick Bosa has a really good defensive line that he plays with. None of those players are like Justin Smith, though. But, yeah, like I said, Alton, a special playmaker. I wish that he was able to not get taken down by his demons because he would have had a Hall of Fame career. John Wallace, another 2. John Wallace, our Super Chat MVP today, outside of Timmy Free, by the way. Appreciate you, John Wallace, 97. And then another one from our boy John Wallace, watching from the Carolinas. Happy birthday, Brock Purdy, number 13. It is Brock Purdy's birthday, so happy birthday to the young gunslinger. Words of wisdom. Chase, going to send you a cool Bosa short video you can share on Twitter, okay? I made it. Bet, man. Send it to me. I'll look at my Twitter right now, see if you sent it to me already, Mark. I haven't seen anything yet, but hit me up, Mark. I'm looking on Instagram as well. Haven't seen anything there. But I give you approval to send it to me, and then just give me a reminder later, Mark, if you can, or Trizzy, give me a reminder. All right, 2 more segments left to get to. Coming up next, we'll take a full look at the NFC playoff picture, clinching scenarios, playoff pass, and all that. And then we're going to be doing a mailbag, and because we got past $100 in Super Chats, I am going to wear the Miner helmet. So if you want to get involved on our mailbag, if you send in a Super Chat, you skip the line, and we answer all of your donations first. But also, you can use the hashtag 49ers. That way, Trizzy Trace is able to filter through all of the comments, and it just makes it easier for him if you use the hashtag 49ers. I see USMC, by the way, thank you for your service. You keep gaslighting and said a team can't overcome a bad offensive line, and I shut you up with the Bengals last season. I don't know if you're talking to me, but thank you for watching the show. Mike D49, $5 super chat. We'll get to that here in a second once Trizzy gets it all figured out. Justice Cole, I love you. I love you too. I love you too, Justice. Jose Padilla, that's what I thought. See, it's really hard to know if y'all are like ripping me or just having beef with others in the comment section. I'm here for it, though. I'm here for it. Harold Murillo, history repeats itself. CMC was 22. Pockets the cheesesteak. Brock Purdy can't be stopped. Maximo, let's hope so. USMC said not you, Chase. Well, either way, you can rip me if you want. And thank you for your service. If USMC means that you were in the Marine Corps, greatly appreciate all of our veterans and those of you who are currently serving. Mike D49, $5. Super Bowl 23. The 49ers beat the Bengals. And wait, hold on. Let me just decipher this. It's a little confusing. Super Bowl 23, the Niners beat the Bengals. 2023, we trade for number 23, Christian McCaffrey. Are we on a collision course with destiny to beat the Bengals again? Mike D, I got you. Just had to go through that a couple of times. Last year we almost had that. And if the Niners would have beaten the Rams in the NFC Championship game, we would have had Bengals-Niners rematch, not just from that Super Bowl, but also from a game that really helped the Niners turn their season around when they won in overtime with that stupid Brandon Ayuk play in which he kind of toe drag swagged around the corner and caught the pylon. The Bengals are a really good team, and the Bengals and Niners, 2 hottest teams in the NFL. San Francisco's won 8 straight. The Cincinnati Bengals have won 7 straight, and they could be on a collision course to meet once again in the Super Bowl, this time in Glendale, Arizona. So once again, we will be doing a mailbag, so make sure you use the hashtag 49ers or Super Chat to get featured on the show. And during our mailbag, because we got past $100, thanks in part, mostly, to Timmy Free with the $100 Super Chat, I'll be rocking the Miner helmet. We'll have some fun with that for that video that will go out on Saturday. So coming up next, we took a little snippet and a quick look at the NFC playoff picture. How about we break down all of the clinching scenarios and really dive deep into all this? This is why you subscribe, because nobody else is doing this. So let's hop into it right now with the playoffs around the corner. NFL playoffs are quickly approaching, and the postseason's going to be here before we know it. So really for the first time this season, we're going to take a deep dive into the NFC playoff picture entering Week 17 to go through all of the clinching scenarios and a potential path for the San Francisco 49ers to get the number 1 overall seed in the NFC, because that dream is still alive to have home field advantage go through Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. So we begin by just taking a general look at the NFC playoff picture to see which teams are where in this playoff hunt. Philadelphia Eagles, number 1 seed, 13-2, already clinched a playoff spot. Minnesota Vikings, 12-3, they're the 2 seed, also clinched a playoff spot with the division win in the NFC North. San Francisco won the NFC West on Thursday Night Football against Seattle. Right now, that 3 seed, and they can only go up from there because the Bucs are reeling, even after that win against the Cardinals, 7-8 on the year. This is where things start to get interesting outside of the Dallas Cowboys at that 5 spot. And if the Eagles lose out, Cowboys win out, Cowboys could get that number 1 seed and win the NFC East. In fact, they will. It's the Giants, it's the Commanders. Giants aren't playing spectacular football. Commanders kind of struggling. And we saw that in that game against San Francisco, there's levels to this, right? San Francisco, the far better team as compared to Washington. If the season were to end right now, obviously these teams would be in. But you can't sleep on Seattle. You can't rule out Detroit. You definitely can't rule out the Green Bay Packers, because Aaron Rodgers and the Pack are playing good ball right now, really looking to streak here in the final month and change of the regular season. And then Carolina, New Orleans with Tampa Bay, those teams still in the mix with 2 games left in the NFC South race. For those of you looking to stay up to date with what's happening on the other side in the AFC Conference, it's the Buffalo Bills atop everything. With that 1 seed, 12-3, they clinched a playoff spot and won the AFC East. Kansas City Chiefs won the AFC West. They too 12-3, but Buffalo owns a tiebreaker after beating KC earlier this year. Cincinnati Bengals still do have an opportunity, by the way, to get the number 1 seed. If they win out, Bills kind of falter, Chiefs lose a game, it could open up an avenue in which Cincinnati gets that 1 seed. Jacksonville Jaguars with Trevor Lawrence and Doug Peterson, leaders of the AFC South. The winner of the Week 18 game between Jacksonville and Tennessee will win that division, thus get into the playoffs. And then the wild card teams. Baltimore Ravens clinch a playoff spot. They're good. It's all about playoff seeding for them. The Chargers clinch a playoff spot. They're 9-6. Dolphins, they have not. If they win out, they're in. If they don't, it gets tricky. Other teams in the mix, New England Patriots, who the Dolphins play this week, New York Jets, Tennessee Titans, Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Las Vegas Raiders have a slim to nothing chance of making it to the playoffs, less than 1% in fact. So, will the 49ers win the Super Bowl? That is our poll question for today's show. This team is loaded offensively, even with Brock Purdy. They have a great coach in Kyle Shanahan. They have the best defense in the NFL. They are built to win their 6th Super Bowl as a franchise. Do you disagree with me? Type L. You agree with me? Type W. Let us know right now in the comment section. For Philadelphia, the path is pretty simple. The magic number is 1. They lost to the Cowboys on Christmas Eve, 40-34, turned the football over 4 times, but nearly won with the backup quarterback. Week 17 against the Saints, Week 18 against the New York Giants. The path to the number 1 seed for Philadelphia, just win a game. The magic number 1. If they don't, but Dallas, Minnesota, or San Francisco lose, then Philadelphia can still get that top spot. For Minnesota, the Eagles have the tiebreaker over the Vikings, so that works to the advantage of Philly. Week 16 beat the Giants on that 61-yard field goal as the clock expired. Week 17, Packers. Going to be a great game, maybe the game of the week because of the implications there. Week 18 on the road against the Chicago Bears. Path to the number 1 seed for Minnesota. They have to win out. Philadelphia has to lose out. So if Philadelphia chokes, that's an epic choke job. For San Francisco, took down the Commanders convincingly. Won another game by scoring more than 30 points and were dominant in doing so. 37-20 the final, as we know. Week 17, Raiders. Week 18, Cardinals. Raiders game's on the road, Cardinals game at home. Path to the number 1 seed for the Niners. Win out, Philly loses out. Minnesota has to lose 1 of their final 2 games. For the Buccaneers, they can win the NFC South, They beat the Cardinals in overtime. Trace McSorley, the starting quarterback there, 19-16. They played the Panthers, huge game because the Panthers have an opportunity to still win that division. And then Week 18 against the Falcons. How the Bucs can clinch, win against the Panthers or a loss and a Panthers loss in Week 18. So you take another look at the NFC playoff picture, and there is some movement that can certainly take place. Philadelphia can drop out of that number 1 seed. Minnesota, San Francisco can move in. The Dallas Cowboys, even though they're the 5 seed, can still unseat Philadelphia by way of Philadelphia really just collapsing. And again, do not rule out Seattle, Detroit, Green Bay, Carolina, or New Orleans. But again, Carolina and New Orleans would have to win the NFC South to get in. For the Dallas Cowboys, pretty intriguing team here. For a while, they were up there with San Francisco, having the best defense in the NFL. It's 3 weeks in a row in which that Cowboys defense has gotten throttled. First by Houston, then against Jacksonville, this past week by Gardner Minshew and Philadelphia. A little bit of a concern for Dallas moving forward, and I still think San Francisco, if they were to meet against the Dallas Cowboys, San Francisco is the better team. For Dallas, though, clinch a number 5 seed with a win and a Giants loss. But again, win out, Eagles lose out, then the Cowboys can get that number 1 seed. And here's the path, to simplify it, to get that top spot. Cowboys win out, Eagles lose out, Niners would have to lose a game, so that's something else that has to take place, and the Vikings would have to drop a ball game as well with 2 weeks left to go. If you want to bet on any of this, make sure you do so with the best sportsbook in the game. It is BetUS all year, offering a 125% deposit bonus by heading to chatsports.com/49bet. Promo code Niners125. You put in $100, you get $125 back. Simple math, even though I failed elementary algebra at Temple, it's $225 to game with. Week 17 betting odds. You can bet on this game against the Raiders, old school NFL rivalry. San Francisco entering this matchup at Allegiant Stadium in the Sin City as 6-point favorites. The over-under set at 48. And because it is Raiders week, can we get as many people as possible to type FLV in the comment section? I wish you could type F Oakland, but the Raiders were never faithful to the Bay. That's why they dipped out. For the New York Giants, lost that heartbreaker of a game to the Vikings 27-24. They still have an opportunity, though, to lock down a wild card spot. And I think that Brian Dable and Doug Peterson, the 2 leaders to win NFL Coach of the Year. Colts in Week 17, who knows if Nick Foles or Sam Ehlinger starts, but either way, they suck. Week 18 against the Philadelphia Eagles. That could be a huge game for the Giants, as well as Philly, if Philly loses to the Saints this upcoming weekend. Win and in for the Giants, or losses from the Seahawks and Commanders, current seed number 6. For Washington, a little bit of an uphill battle, and again, teams breathing down their neck, namely the Green Bay Packers. Week 17 on the road against the Browns. I imagine this time of year going to be a hostile weather environment. Week 18 against the Dallas Cowboys. So 2 difficult games remaining for Washington. Half game up. So tiebreakers are actually super easy for them. If they win out, they're in, of course. And how Washington can clinch win and losses this week by the Seahawks, Lions, and Packers. So 3 teams there in the wild card hunt on top of a Commanders win, and that's how Washington can get in. I'm kind of hoping that the 49ers are able to take on Washington in the playoffs, because it'll be a repeat of this past week in which San Francisco generated more than 30 pressures to Washington's 4. For the Seattle Seahawks, I wouldn't be overly concerned about them getting into the playoffs and taking on San Francisco, because the 49ers are the better team, and it would be a home game. Week 16, they lost against the Chiefs, and they've really been struggling the last 2 months. They have the Jets and the Rams both at home to round out the 2022 campaign. And Seattle does have the head-to-head over Detroit. So that is huge. Current seed, though, they are out. How Seattle can clinch, they win out. There is a Washington loss and a Green Bay loss. So that is how Seattle can sneak into the playoffs. And then the Detroit Lions, Green Bay Packers, 2 teams in the NFC North looking to get into the playoffs. For the Lions, they lost against Carolina, a loss that just can't happen, as Carolina put up historic amounts of yards on Detroit. They have the Bears and coming up this week. Seattle has the head-to-head over Detroit. It's win out and Seattle or Washington lose for Detroit. If they don't win out, it's very complicated to get a spot. Packers now. This is the team that a lot of people don't want to face. And honestly, when you think about it from kind of a macro perspective, ideally it'd be nice, when you think about it, for San Francisco to get that 2 seed, right? Because it's a home game for the wild card round and divisional round. But honestly, if you get that 3 seed and the Packers have to take on Minnesota in the wild card round. I think the Packers win that game. Then the Packers have to go on the road to Levi's. But if Minnesota wins, I have no doubt San Francisco can go on the road against Minnesota in the divisional round to win that game. And for the second consecutive year, third time in 4 years, San Francisco could be NFC Championship game bound. Green Bay's path to the playoffs. Packers went out because they really, had to make up for the ground that they lost earlier this year. Commanders lose a game or the Giants lose out. So it all starts this weekend. Packers, Minnesota, and both teams have a lot to play for. Make sure you subscribe for daily Niners coverage. We do it all. News, rumors, analysis, all 22, live shows, watch parties. But when it comes down to stuff like this, we break it down in full. Lock us in and subscribe. For the Carolina Panthers here, Week 16, beat the Lions 37-23. They've actually played really good ball under Steve Wilkes, who might be the head coach for that organization next year. Week 17 on the road against the Bucs, Week 18 against the Saints. Win out, they win the NFC South. And for the Saints, got two Saints fans here to my left. Week 17 against the Birds, Week 18 against the Panthers. Bonkers wild card berth path would be everyone loses out basically, and then New Orleans finds a way to win out. If they win out and the Bucs lose out, New Orleans can also get into the playoffs. So like I said, this is why you subscribe. There's a lot there, and all of this math makes my head spin because I talk for a living. I don't break down numbers, but we simplify it for you in the best of ways, and that's why you subscribe. Appreciate all of you for tuning in. Let's circle back to this question, our poll question for today's show before we hop on out of here. Will the Niners win the Super Bowl? W for win, L for lose. You tell me. One mailbag to round out the show. Fantastic audience on today's program. Do appreciate y'all for tuning in. Izzy B is back. John O'Malley, Harry Brown, Marcus Palmer, as well as Andam. All of our recent commenters who we want to show some love to, and a lot of super chats to get to. Words of wisdom. Chase, hopefully you got it. Feel free to tweet it. All right, let me take a look here, Mark. Let me take a look. Oh, I was looking on Instagram, might be. Taking a look here, Mark. Bosa is strong with the dark side. Look at you, man. Closing in on 400 views. Good stuff by you, Mark. A little YouTube short. We're hopping into that game a little bit. Good stuff, Mark. I don't want to show it like here because I don't want our channel to get taken down. But appreciate it, brother. You're the man. So thank you for that, too. We caught up on supers. A couple more super chats that came in, and then we'll get to our final mailbag. Dust. I see the Niners and the Bengals in the Super Bowl. Be a pretty good matchup. I think, wasn't that the Super Bowl? It was, right? Where Jerry Rice and Steve Young just went wild. I mean, the Niners won so many Super Bowls back in the day, so it's hard to keep track. Brandon, $10. People say a rookie quarterback has never won a Super Bowl, but do you realize that until the 2020 season, no team had played in their own stadium in a Super Bowl? Then two teams did it in a row with the Bucs and the Rams. Yeah, history always gets broken, and that's a cool thing about sports is that these trends can get bucked, and the reversal can happen. The Steelers almost did it back in the day with Ben Roethlisberger. It hasn't been often in which a rookie quarterback has led a team deep into a playoff run, but why has that happened? Oftentimes, it's because a rookie quarterback is on a bad football team. It's not always the case in which a rookie quarterback is on one of the most stacked rosters that we've seen in recent memory. Brandon, you make a good point there. G-Code, Corey Unland will replace DeMeco Ryan. You heard it? I grew up in the Philly area. Corey Unland was their D-backs coach for the Eagles. He was okay with the Lions, not great. Defensive backs coach, though, he's done a good job. How about Chris Kocurek, though? You can't lose him. Best defensive line coach in the NFL. Does he stay there? Maybe Vic Fangio come back to the Bay Area? All possibilities right there. Words of wisdom with 5. Calling it right now. 49ers versus the Bengals. The final episode in this trilogy ends with the return of the Jedis. Long live the Niner Empire. Let's do it, Mark. Let's do it. It'd be cool. I mean, from a football matchup, that'd be awesome. Niners, Bengals. Kind of want to see it. Dust. I think Shanahan should get Coach of the Year. What are y'all doing? I'm dead. Here we go. I got one. Couple. Y'all ever been to a chiropractor? It's a great experience. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, not really. It's kind of a myth. A little bit, yeah. So we're talking natural health remedies here. Anybody been to a chiropractor? Give me a Y for yes, N for no. No, I mean, you don't have to, but like,
I know people with like.
So if I don't go for a while, just because like I run all the time, then I start to like feel aches in my back, and then it's like, okay, I have to go back. And then once you do go back, like once you get a line, like the pressure off your certain like parts of your body gets like relieved, and it's pretty amazing. Yeah, but it's not for everybody.
The best part is whenever you get a pop and you're like, I didn't realize that
it's crazy
that I was like messed up right there.
The first time I went, my neck, hip, back, I was like, I didn't know that my body was capable
lower
of
back,
doing that. It's
like
crazy.
right where my back and my hips connect.
It's insane.
They got that, and I was like, oh my god, I can walk straight. This is insane.
Yeah. JMA said yeah. Justice Cole said yeah. Fork, yeah. Mark, no. Rick Torres, yeah. I know, Rick, you're a natural remedy guy, right? I have a feeling you are, just from our interactions. Justice Cole, Y for yes. Scott Hill, yes. See, there we go. A lot of people going to the chiropractor. Izzy B! What's up, Izzy? Make sure you hit up Trace and Abby. They've been waiting to hear from you. She said, just wanted to say hello, y'all. Hello, Izzy. Thank you for joining the show. We miss you. We love you. G-Code. Reports say Chris Kocurek won't be a coordinator. I kind of lean toward that, G-Code. We'll get to that super chat. Yeah, Chris Kocurek, probably better as a defensive line coach as compared to a defensive coordinator. That's fine for San Francisco because he's the best defensive line coach in the NFL. The development that we've seen taking place with all of these guys, Arden Key, Charles Omenihu, Kerry Hyder, Samson Ebukam, Nick Bosa, Eric Armstead. The list goes on and on and on. Like, this guy, one of the best in the NFL.
There's I see a bunch of good questions in the comments. So go down and use hashtag 49ers with your questions so I can pop them up. Because I see some really good ones from Forktail, Justice, Maximo. Make sure you guys are using hashtag 49ers.
Awesome. You heard it from Trizzy. Mailbag coming up. We can, of course, hit a lot of your super chats as well and dive deeper into those at length. Great audience today, by the way. And we're $9 away from 200 in supers. To start off the mailbag? Yeah, presented by Manscaped. And then I'll start off without the helmet and then go to that L3 and then I'll put it on. Cool. All right, what else we got in the comments section before we go to our mailbag? Justice Cole, I'm playing Madden. You got Brock Purdy in Madden? Yeah, you're going to have to do this. I can't do it. I don't have keys either. What? I can hear you. If I'm like talking, it's hard, but I wasn't talking for that second. Yeah, Trace is going to shotgun that beer thanks to the $100 super chat. Pop up that one from Timmy Free before you head on out of here to get the keys. I have keys on my desk, too, if y'all need to go get some. Timmy Free and John Wallace, as well as Words of Wisdom. Basically, we've had a lot of people send in multiple super chats. How about this one from Timmy Free? $100. Now, oftentimes, I'm the one who shotguns beers, but I've been sick over the last couple of days, so we're going to have Trace do the shotgun here. Oh, John Wallace gets us past 200. Let's go, John. Oh, you can hop on, Abby, if you want. I'm sure people will send in supers right after that. All right, so Trizzy's coming on. Sealand, where you at? Sealand. We got the crew here. We're rolling deep. Come on. This is the squad. This is the squad. Gun it from Marcos. He's about to. This is all for Timmy Free and the $100 super chat. I'll give y'all a shotgun on Sunday. I'll be better by then. I've been improving. Bro, what is this? Clearly, he's not built like us when it comes to the shotgun. Don't spill it. This is why you do beer bongs, isn't it? Trizzy. Let's go. See, he's a tank. 2 claps and a Ric Flair. Woo! You don't surprise me. Marco said, first time. He's usually a beer bong freedom funnel guy. He claimed that he doesn't have nails to pop the beer. I'm calling cap. Bro, how do you open up a beer if you're sitting at a campfire? You can do the same thing on the shotgun. Stop it. I'm calling cap. That's why I'm calling cap. Abby, cap. 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 I could see that. Chua Lore. Chase, what time is the watch party? Chua, you're the man. Watch party will be 4 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock Pacific. Words of wisdom. He was giving you some love. Trizzy.
Thanks, Words.
Trizzy.
Hey.
Oh, for real? All right. What's his number? All right, bet. David Corona, I'm going to text you. Yeah, he's trolling.
G-Code. $2 super chat. Undlin?
Corey Unland.
Corey Unland.
Yeah, we got to that.
No, this one.
Oh, this is another one
Yeah,
on
this
top
one
of what he
just
said about Unland.
Yeah.
I got you. He knows the defense won't change it. Yeah, no, I agree. And, like, for Vic Fangio, he's run a lot of, like, 3-4 in his heyday. And obviously the Niners ran that before, but like a decade ago. Vic Fangio is a better defensive mind. Umlin knows the defense for sure. With this personnel, he could be good, no doubt. But with Detroit, he really was just okay. What? I would put my number in the chat, but then I feel like a lot of people would start calling me. I'm a man of the people, though. I'm a man of the people. No, yours wasn't that bad. Yeah. Oh, Mark, I got you. Hey, Tony, I cover the NFL at Chat Sports. It's in my contract. I literally cover the NFL. It just so happens I also cover the Niners and the Eagles. But imagine this. I go to work every day, and I get to talk about the two best teams in the NFC with two great fan bases, two great organizations, and honestly, the Niners and the Eagles don't really have much of a history. San Francisco's been better historically, winning championships. They haven't really met at all, really. Very rarely in the playoffs. So I do my job here at Chat Sports, and I do it very, very well. So for whoever is dumbfounded by that or hates on it, it is what it be. Y'all can keep that energy. I'll keep doing what I do. So John O'Malley, that was to you as well.
Hey, Words, I'm getting the link to my Twitter right now, and I'll put it in the chat.
No, I got Words. He hit me up. Yeah. I got you, bro. I'll hit you up later. All right, mailbag coming up. And we're going to put on the Miner helmet for this. Words of wisdom. Quick question. I got you. Yeah, I do Niners videos every single day. Niners is my #1 channel. Not even close. All right, mailbag coming up.
It's for the Niner.
You want to get involved? Hashtag 49ers? Send in a super chat. Oh, by the way, I got to show you this.
Did you like the message I sent you in Slack with the Borat picture? Wasn't that elite?
Yeah, hold on one sec. I got to show you something, Trace. Love y'all. Love y'all. This is So Kira sent me this, bro. It's fucking hilarious. It is so you. And so us. How good is that? It happens anytime that you and I get drunk. Yeah. So good.
Hey, yeah, if y'all ever want to interact with our boy Chase Sr., hit him up on Twitter and IG.
At Chase_Senior.
I'll throw up the graph for you. Hit up our guy. He's the OG. He's the real one. And then also, on game day, you can send us... Oh, shit!
Words!
Never mind.
$50. But yeah, hit me up on Twitter and Instagram at Chase_Senior. Oh my gosh, hold on. Let's read this here. I got the last line here. It won't show up on the screen. This is for the bottle. Wait, hold on. This is for the bottle you will call me later on. Moet Nectar Imperial. Black label for New Year's Eve. This is a special thanks for being so good to my family. Bam. And just having the best show. Please buy this with this super chat, okay? Thanks, Chase, Trizzy, and Lady.
Words.
Wow.
Words. 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 Words.
Mark.
Mark. Mark. Mark. Mark.
That's the Valencia family right there. Wow. Okay. Hopefully they sell in Dallas. Wow. Moet Nectar Imperial Black Label. Dude, you're the man. Oh, champagne. Let's ride. Words. Appreciate it, brother. I'll give you a call a little bit later on. I do have to do some stuff after the live show, but I will give you a call, Words. All right. We'll finally get to this mailbag. The much-awaited and anticipated mailbag. Let me see. Oh, dang. Let's go. Bringing in the New Year's. All right. Yeah, by the way, Catastrophic makes a good point. What watch party did I do on Saturday? Niners, not Eagles. Bang, bang. Niner gang. Exactly right. All right. Now we're going to get to the mailbag and take all of your questions. For all of you sending in donations, comments, this is awesome, man. Honestly. Love this show. Love y'all. Love the Niners. This is fantastic. Really do enjoy all of this. Mailbag coming up. Going to take your questions, comments, hot takes, and yeah, we're going to be rocking the Miner helmet as well. Make sure you get that L3 ready there, Trace. This is the San Francisco 49ers Report right here on Chat Sports, and it's all presented by Manscaped, the best men's grooming products. And this year, going into the new year, 20% off, free shipping if you head to manscaped.com/49ers with the promo code 49ers. 7 million men worldwide trust Manscaped. You should too. We'll put that link in the comment section and the description of this video. So we are live recording this. And I said during our live show, if we got past $100 in Super Chats, I was going to put on the Miner helmet because this is a Saturday video. We're going to have a lot of fun. Thanks to our Super Chat MVPs, Timmy Free, as well as John Wallace. Y'all are the best. So because we're a lunch pail to work, hard hat type of crew, we're going to put on the Miner helmet. We're going to start answering your questions because, hey, we're not scared to have some fun here on the show and still keep it real. Team-Master 82 getting things kicked off with this. No other team has a scarier defensive lineup compared to San Francisco. Totally agree. Nobody has the starting defensive line depth or just the overall depth along the trenches. Nick Bosa is one of one in this league. With that linebacking core of Azeez Al-Shire, Fred Warner, and Dre Greenlaw, it's the best all-around linebacking core in the NFL. And the secondary, some people were saying a couple of days ago. They got exposed. I really think it comes down to Washington coming down with those 50-50 balls. Like, that's something that could go one way or the other. You coach that up a little bit with Corey Unlin, and you can correct some of those mistakes. But I agree. The defense for this team, it's the best that I've seen in the NFL going back to the Legion of Boom, and I don't think it's close. EMA beats. Chase, does Brock get Rookie of the Year if he wins out these last two? I think so. So 2 weeks ago, he had 5-1 odds to win Rookie of the Year. And if the Niners win out, that means that he goes 5-0 as a starter and then also won that game when he came in the first quarter for Jimmy Garoppolo. So basically, that's 6-0. Right now, 8 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. He's completing in the upper 60s with his completion percentage, and he's playing really good football. So I think he could actually EMA, because what other rookie is going to win it? Chris Olave has been really good for the New Orleans Saints, but unfortunately for him, he doesn't have a great quarterback, so he's missed some time as well. I'd go Brock Purdy, even though he got put into the lineup after that Jimmy G injury. Because it is Raiders week, how many people can we get in the chat to type FLV in the comment section? It's F Raiders all week, no doubt. The Real GOAT, $5 donation. Thank you so much for this. Watching y'all do both shows is like watching my ex with my dad. Go Niners. Ex with your dad. That is a sight that I'm not sure I want to think about, but it is certainly a sight. The Real GOAT, though. Great profile picture right there. Hey, cover the NFL here at Chat Sports. Just doing my job. Appreciate y'all. Tavarius, $5 donation. CMC is the MVP of the offense. Look at the team's record. Made Jimmy G look great. Also, Purdy is being overhyped because he is Mr. Irrelevant. He's not being overhyped. If you turn on the tape, Brock Purdy has exceeded all expectations, and he's played really, really good football. Timing, anticipation, accuracy, long ball accuracy, footwork, mechanics. This 49ers offense has been great. But Tavarius, you make a phenomenal point, because Christian McCaffrey is really the individual who changed this offense as a whole. They make that trade. San Francisco, in games that he has started, has not lost. The last loss that they had was the first game that he played against the Kansas City Chiefs. Running back, slot wide receiver, out wide as a wide receiver, him just posing a threat, opening up other opportunities for other offensive weapons. He's done it all, and he's been the quarterback's best friend, whether it be Jimmy G or Brock Purdy. Marcos Palmer. Do we honestly see Big Cock Brock winning a Super Bowl? I love the kid, but that's a heavy task to take. Also, much love from Italy. Italy in the house here. We have people watching literally from all across the globe. If I could put a power rankings together of places I'd like to visit, Italy would certainly be up there. Fiji Islands would be up there. Honestly, Montana is up there for me. And I was also born in Colorado, but was there less than a year. I'd like to go back because I haven't been there since. My parents should have paid for me to go back there growing up. But those are some places I'd like to go, including Italy, pasta, wine. That'd be awesome. But let's get to your question. Brock Purdy winning a Super Bowl. Obviously, it's an uphill battle. Obviously, it's an arduous and tall task. He's in the Air Force. Awesome. Thank you for your service, Marcos. But it can be done, and this is why. Great coaching, Kyle Shanahan. I don't know why people have hated on him in the past. Clearly a great coach. This roster is the best all-around roster in the NFL. So I'll continue to say this as long as Purdy can distribute the football, play point guard, and not mess it up, then the 49ers can win a Super Bowl with a rookie. Also, rookies haven't won Super Bowls in the past because usually rookie quarterbacks who play are on a bad team. Brock Purdy was selected with the final pick because the Niners didn't have a need at that quarterback spot. And it just so happens that he's playing for the best all-around roster in the National Football League. Thank you for your service. Thanks for tuning in from Italy. Thank you for that question. Manscaped is our presenting sponsor, and this 49ers defense, it's been balling out. You can ball out with Manscaped and clean up your balls. 20% off and free shipping with the promo code 49ers at manscaped.com/49ers. Now, Manscaped has a bunch of great products and great deals. That's why 7 million men worldwide have entrusted them with their men's grooming products. But you can take the leap into the new year with some of their new products, including some of their cologne, as well as their body wash. The Lawnmower 4.0 is really the holy grail of what Manscaped has to offer. That is their trimming tool that you can use below the belt If you change the blades, you can trim up your beard because you don't want to use the same blade there, your back, wherever, your chest, safeguard technology, interchangeable blades, a light so that you can actually see what you're doing. Manscaped.com/49ers, promo code 49ers, 20% off and free shipping. Mike D, 49, $5 super chat. Super Bowl 23, Niners beat the Bengals. 2023, we trade for number 23, Christian McCaffrey. Are we on a collision course with destiny to beat the Bengals again? Two hottest teams in the NFL. Niners have won 8 in a row. Bengals have won 7 in a row. That game last year in Cincy, one of the best games in the NFL regular season. And the 49ers were a quarter away from making it a rematch in the Super Bowl last year in L.A. If it wasn't for the Rams coming back, I know it still hurts. But Bengals can get there. Honestly, this might be a hot take. I think I like Joe Burrow better than Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. If I were to start my franchise, I honestly might go with him because I think he plays a quarterback position the best. Does he have the strongest arm? Is he the freakier athlete as compared to those two? No. But with Tom Brady-like qualities, I like Burrow, and they're my pick right now to win the AFC and represent that conference once again. Who you got on Sunday? Going to be a great game between the Niners and the Raiders, an old-school rivalry with two of these teams that obviously have Bay ties. San Francisco, still in the Bay Area. Las Vegas, they ditched the Bay because they're not faithful to the Bay. Who you going with? Niners, Raiders? Let us know down below in the comment section. And as you venture down there, make sure you subscribe. We'll be doing a watch party for this game. And if you're wondering why I'm wearing this helmet, we got past $100 in our live show, and that's why I'm rocking it, because I am not scared. John Wallace, $5 super chat. Bosa stepped up. He did become devoted to his game. He can get the record. Yes, he has stats to prove everything. And Bosa is just a special, unique type of cat. Anytime somebody is faking pass rush moves on a water cooler, you know that they're really dedicated to just perfecting their pass rushing moves, and they constantly are thinking of ways to just maximize their athletic abilities, and he just loves the game of football, and he's the best pure pass rusher in the sport. And for him to have that level of dedication when he's making that much money, and he's going to be making even more money, and he's putting up that level of production, you know what that does for the rest of his teammates? Everybody's like, damn, this guy is admirable. His effort, his passion, how he plays the game, and that really is contagious. Now, this is what I want you to do next. I want you to head over to the Raiders Report and infiltrate their channel on all of their most recent videos. Just get into the comment section, type Go Niners, San Francisco, faithful to the Bay, Go Niners, Raiders suck. Whatever you got to do that right now on the Raiders channel. It is the Raiders Report. All right. This is a very weird comment. Goon of the fam. I don't like this channel because you're racist. That is very weird. Not even going to address that. That is just ludicrous and wild and asinine and peak 2022, people trying to get people riled up, because it's not true. The real ones know. So head over to the Raiders Report, infiltrate their channel, Go Niners, FTTB, faithful to the Bay. Real ones stand up. Show that hater what's up. Yo, Chase, does Bosa have to break the sack record in the regular season, or can he break it in the playoffs? Has to do it in the regular season for it to count as the all-time record. 22.5, set by Michael Strahan. 19.5, the record to beat from Alton Smith for the franchise. He's 2 away from tying it. 2 away from tying it. So what else we got? Brock Purdy's birthday is today. Wish him a happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brock. Happy birthday to you. Did you catch our Niners Brock Purdy Rudolph remix? I put the video out on my Twitter. It popped off. It has, let's see. Go check it out. At Chase_senior. I do not have great vocals, but 14,000 views so far. 16 Bar King. Did you see it? Where you at? I'm going to put it in the chat here. That's our Rudolph remix on my Twitter page. Chua Lore, how can the Niners stop Adams? Well, oddly, the Raiders don't target him all that much. So, Charvarius Mooney-Ward has played great football. So, that's how you stop Davante Adams. You double him, have the safety over the top, and Derek Carr is a bad quarterback. Get pressure on him, and he won't have the opportunity to get the ball to Davante Adams. 16-bar king is back. Let's read these bars. Nation gates stay open. Anybody can ride. Niner gang faithful. Need permission to slide. That's a clean bar. That's a clean bar. 16-bar king. Your best and most favorite rappers of all time. Who are they? Let us know. Now, I fell in love with rap with Snoop Dogg when I was young because my dad was in the Big Brother program and his little brother showed me the Doggy Style album. That made me fall in love with rap. And then after that, I started to venture into Tupac, Biggie, Nas. Then in the early 2000s, 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying, one of the best rap albums of all time. Then I grew up, was in my, teenage heyday. Late 2000s, 2010s, peak rap era. Lil Wayne, Eminem, Jay-Z, Kendrick Lamar. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I'm not even naming enough, but a great era of rap. And Lil Wayne was when he was at the peak of his powers, phenomenal.
Hey, don't forget about our boy Seco P.
Seco P. What's the song?
Tampa. Tampa.
Seco P. Tampa. Unreal song. 99 by 100. Exactly. Had to block homie from the channel, man. Can't spew that stuff. That's way too serious to spew something like that. It's just insane. So 16-bar king with the bars. 16-bar king, E40. Yeah. I was doing my E40 impression the other week. What does he say? Bag, bag, natter gang. E40 is an OG. One of the best hook artists of all time alongside Nate Dogg. Chua. Chase, how can we stop Jacobs? Well, the Niners have the best rushing defense in the NFL. So they don't even need to stack the box, really, to stop the run. They're just so good along the defensive front. Linebacking core is so good. You know what's really underrated, too? The Niners are a very good tackling team, especially when you get into that secondary. Their cornerbacks, oftentimes in the NFL, there are cornerbacks out there who shy away from contact, shy away from tackling. Niners cornerbacks don't do that. And I think that's because Kyle Shanahan preaches physicality with this football team. Pockets the cheesecake. Has a third-string quarterback ever led a team into the Super Bowl, yet alone won it? And that point right there is why some people think that Kyle Shanahan should win Coach of the Year. I think that he should get votes, but I don't think he's going to win it because this roster is really good. But, yeah, he's on his third quarterback, and the Niners have won 8 games in a row, still have an opportunity at a 1-2 seed, probably going to fall in that 3 spot. But I don't think a team has won it with the third-string quarterback. The Bucs made it to the NFC title game with Sean King, but they didn't win a Super Bowl. Me TV. Who said the N-word on Twitter? That's not good. Why is the chat so weird right now? Ridiculous. Yeah, go sub-only chat. We're going sub-only chat. People are getting weird, man. This is a fun place to be.
Real one, roll call.
Another shotgun for all the bags today from Marcos. I'm sick. I got to run after work.
Does Abby want to do one?
I'm not doing a shot.
You want to do a shotgun?
How about this? $300, we could do it. We're 30 away. We're 30 away. All right. Abby said she'll do a shotgun if we get to 300. We're 30 away. So 30 away from 300. That's what we'll do. And we went sub-only chat to block out all of the wild haters. Matt Solomon, Raiders. What's good, brother? BK from the Bay, certainly a real one. Real one, roll call. Exactly, John. Armando, we have your back. I'm a man of the people. That's why I almost gave my phone number out in the chat. And then Abby and Trey said, no, don't do it. Neptune the Kid, real one. Catastrophic, real one. Marcos, let's go. 16-bar king, been a real one. Matt Solomon, Raiders, treat him well. Matt Solomon's a real one as well. He's also subscribed, so we appreciate him. Real one from Neptune. 49ers just stopped the run against Washington, and they're one of the better running teams in the NFL. NBK Monty. Yo, Chase. What up? Slick Niner. Real one. Chewalure. Real one. We got you, baby. Words of wisdom. My man. Big Raul. What's good? Harold Murillo. Good call. Sub crew. Let's go from Catastrophic. Catastrophic. I got the message on Twitter. Appreciate that. All right, let's go 2 minutes on the shot clock here. Any more super chats? We'll stay live. We're 30 away from an Abby shotgun. She has volunteered her services to do a shotgun if we get the $300 in donations. I'm sick. I'm playing hurt, so she'll do it. Trace did the one earlier, and then I'll bring the heat on Sunday. You already know the deal. So we'll start the 2 minute shot clock here. We've got a lot of real ones who are tuned in. Love it. Getting some great Twitter messages as well today. Words of wisdom. Catastrophic.
Matt's typing Abby, 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 Abby. We got to get $30 if you want us to get an Abby shotgun.
King Mufasa Raider Mitch is bad. Or mad. He's not bad. He's great at what he does. Is he mad? He's mad at Josh McDaniels. He wants him fired. And I would be mad too because they've had, 4 or 5 leads this year, 14 or more points, and they've lost them. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Marcos. What do you got, Marcos? What do you think is going to happen with Jimmy in 2023? Let me give you some destinations here, my guy. New York Jets. Las Vegas Raiders. New Orleans Saints. New England Patriots. Carolina Panthers, maybe. No. Seattle. Houston Texans. Let me rack my brain. New York Giants. I already said the Jets. So those are some teams that Jimmy G could go to. And I think that Jimmy G, his time in the Bay is done. Thank you for your services, Jimmy G. But I think he's out, and he's just too injury prone. All right, coming up on 2 minutes.
Hold on. BK from the Bay. He says, I've been watching the whole show from the deer stand.
Oh, let's go.
LFG.
Let's go.
What a freaking guy.
Yo, we were just talking as a crew here prior to the show, BK. So I grew up in Philly. I was a rap music fan when I was growing up. And I said when I was younger, I will never like country music. I go to college, still didn't like country music. Moved out to the Midwest, Illinois, to have my first job in broadcasting. I went to a couple of country concerts because all my homies, they're big country fans. And I'm like, you know what? Good vibes. Everybody's happy. We're drinking beer. And I could get down with this music. So that got me into the country flow. Then my boy Trizzy the last couple of weeks has kind of converted me into a country fan. And at work, I've had one earbud in, listening to some country songs. And what it's made me want to do, BK from the Bay, is just sit up in a tree stand and go hunting. So maybe we can link. I just got to get the hunter's license. So BK, that sounds like a good life. And instead of listening to country, though, you're watching the 49ers report. That is next level dedication. Mises Lee, Germany in the house. All right, we're going to have a 10-second count off here for the super chats to come in. If not, we're going to dip out, even though I could stay here with y'all all night, honestly. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll give about a 20-second delay here. Let's answer Real One Rick's question. Hey, Chase, they caught me in the Raider chat. I told them to dust off Kyle Bowler. Wow. Kyle Bowler. What a name he was. Former first-round pick out of Cal for the Ravens, I believe, and then did play for the Raiders. Yeah, Rick, head over there. Everybody head to the Raiders chat. Just type, Go Niners. Go Niners. All right, we're about to dip. Sergio. Hey, Chasing Graham. How's it going today? Hey, Chasing. You care can I ask you a question? Do you expect Trey Lance will be returning to San Francisco in 2023? I think he'll come back. He's on his rookie contract. He's affordable. And maybe we'll see a quarterback competition between him and Brock Purdy. But if Purdy balls out, they win a Super Bowl, like, he'll probably be the starter, right? Would have to be. Words of wisdom, no thank you. Catastrophic, my brothers were born and raised in Bakersfield and Eagles fans. So what, John O'Malley? Didn't Kyle Shanahan blow a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl? Yes, he did. He blew a 10-point lead in the NFC Championship game last year and blew a 10-point lead in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. So, yeah, he's blown his fair share of games. John Wallace, another $10 super chat. Today's MVPs, Timmy Free, John Wallace, cheat code. Hey, we're 18 away from an Abby gun. 18 away. We're at 282. John Wallace, 10. One more for the road. Real Niner faithful. Izzy B with 2. Now we're 16 away. Abby getting nervous? Izzy with the 2. Let's go to this one, G-Code. Go Niners in Oakland. We fighting. Bay Area life. See, this rivalry is awesome. That's why I can't wait for Sunday. It's going to be awesome. I had a bad experience with Raider fans from Daniel. They are built different, man. They're built different. Honestly, I think they're more volatile than Eagles fans. I really do. Izzy B, 2. I have Crown and Jaeger. Come party with me. For the college football playoff, Crown's good.
Hit Auburn.
Jaeger?
Hit Auburn, Alabama.
I don't know, Izzy.
I don't know, Izzy.
Jaeger.
Taking Jaeger bombs.
Oh, Jaeger. Ugh. Clown man. What?
Clown man, thanks for subscribing.
Yeah, thanks for subscribing. I don't know if you're responding to me. I listed my top rappers of all time. My family is very musically talented. My dad can sing, play the guitar, play the piano. My sister has some pipes. I cannot sing for the life of me, as y'all found out during our watch party and last week's show. I can't play instruments, but I love music. Love music. All types. I'll go, Snoop Dogg, Meek Mill. I'll go Johnny Cash, Ray Charles. I'll go Zach Bryan, thanks to Triz. Do it all. Oakland is the hood from John. I've never been, so I don't know. By the way, $16 away from an Abby shotgun. We'll only give y'all 1 minute, though.
Abby
starting now. There's Abby 2 from Matt Solomon.
Matt! Abby has something she wants to say. She wanted to come say hey to the faithful.
Yo, I'm spamming the Raider chat. What's the link? I'll send it to you, Catastrophic. I'll put it in the chat
What are
here.
I can't do math. 14. Oh, I'm here. Wait, what?
We're doing 300.
I can't do math.
300.
Okay, is it $14, right? Yes. Okay, yeah, $14 and I'll do a shotgun.
Here's
But
the
again,
link
you'll
for the
have
Raiders.
like a minute
Yeah.
to get it in.
Now we're at like 30 seconds. So that's the Raiders chat if y'all want to spam it.
Trace?
Maximo, sup, yo, I'm back. What up?
Maximo!
What up, player? Izzy B, everyone come party with me. Where does Izzy live again?
Izzy's in Auburn.
Alabama.
Yeah.
Auburn, Alabama.
Oh,
Daddy. Chua Lord, no, Deebo is not going to play. He could practice later this week, but no sense in playing him. Maxima, how you been? Even better that you're here.
All right, Abby's going to go get her beer.
All right,
so y'all
Abby
get
shotgun.
to look at my beautiful face now. This is the moneymaker of the company. We all know that.
What y'all doing for New Year's from Marcos? I'm not sure yet.
What are we doing?
What's the vibe?
I know one bar that's having something that doesn't have tickets.
Teacher mentioned Billy Bob's for
Coulter Wall?
No, it's not Coulter Wall on New Year's.
Randy Rogers.
Randy Rogers.
Randy Rogers. I love.
Is he
Rogers. Yeah, he's good. Randy Rogers is a lot of fun.
What would that buy-in be? A lot.
only because it's New Year's. It might be a little bit more, but
I would do it though.
$50, I
Sounds like
think,
a good
maybe.
time. Yeah, I gotta talk to Kira, see what's
Yeah.
up.
Is she coming down?
Potentially.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Yeah. What are your New Year's plans?
Yeah. What's
What are your
everybody
New
doing
Year's
for New
plans?
Year's? Danny.
Are you gonna call your
cheers.
ex-girlfriend or what?
We own Callie from Words of Wisdom. John O'Malley's going to hit the gravity
He's
button.
going to be
Sounds great,
sparking
John.
that. Hit
Sounds
up our
great.
boy Sammy B.
Timothy, I'm sure you have stories from Candlestick.
Why do you need to shoot a shotgun up here?
We're going to sign off after this, by the way.
Those are fresh.
Shoe game always tight.
Those are fresh.
On a hunt. Prague.
Prague!
From Marcos.
Prague.
That's
Prague.
sick.
Prague.
Let's
Prague,
go.
Prague.
I
Prague.
got you.
All right, Abby's going to take this one to the dome. I'm not taking that shit.
Oh, you want a bigger one? I got you.
Take
No,
it.
don't. See, that's how I cut my finger all the time. Yeah. Skilled.
Oh, wait!
Yeah, right. Let me try to leverage it here.
Huh. Huh. You were talking a lot of game over there earlier, Lonzo.
It's harder to pop it with nails.
Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. Everyone type Abby in the
Should be
chat.
good.
Abby, 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 Abby.
Did I not do it?
R. Sandiford tuning in
Fuck
from
it,
Toronto.
I'll just do it.
No, I want to.
All right. Well, I don't want it to spill.
You. Marcos is typing Abby. Danny's typing Abby. Thanks to Danny, Abby gets the shotgun of beer. Abby,
There you go.
Abby, Abby,
Yeah, you got it.
Abby. Why are you looking at me like that? Just pop it. Grip it, sip it, and rip it. Chug, 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 chug.
Easy. Like it ain't nothing. Give it up for Abby. Everybody's
Rip
typing
it,
Abby in the
rip
chat.
it, and sip it.
Let's go. Like it ain't nothing. Like it ain't nothing. Got to be built different. I know, right? That bubble, yeah, it gets you. All right, yo. We out. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Link Majora. Ask RB to send you the video of JJ. My boy! Durko! I will. Is this from Hall Crawl? Durko. I got to wait for Durko's response here. No chance. Maximo. Harold later. Link Majora, my homie, Durko. I did hear about this, Durko. I did hear about this. Okay, nice. He said that the end of the night was a little foggy. Just tuned in. We're about to dip out. 4 segments in the can. Thanks to all of you who tuned in. $300 in donations. Y'all are the best. We will be live on Sunday, Raiders-Niners watch party. It'll all get started at about 4 o'clock Eastern time, right before kickoff. So we'll catch you then. Hope you all had a great Christmas. New Year's coming up. We'll celebrate the new year and ring it in together coming up on Sunday. Peace.